So I do use AI to help me fix cars, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. You can't rely on AI totally 100%. And let me give you an example. I had I was making a key for a 2014 Honda Santa Fe, right? And I gave ChatGPT all the information. And I was like, hey, how do I go about making this key? And I gave it the screens that the mobilizer was telling me. And it took me through like the whole day. We're talking like 6, 7, 8 hours from like 8:30 a.m. all the way to 4 p.m. I'm pulling the body control module. I'm trying to figure because I was under assumption that 2014 had a body control. The key data was in the body control module. So Chat GPT was like, yeah, it's there. You got to pull it there. I went through all this, right? Because backstory, she lost her key fob, but she only had the blade. So when she called me, she's like, "Hey, the car's not starting up." Come to think up that I guess the alarm went off, and she thought because the alarm went off, the car just wasn't going to start. So the battery was unplugged when I got there. But come to find out, after 8 hours, I'm like, screw this. I have to use my mind. I had to put Chat GPT aside and start using my mind. And I thought, well, let me just try to start the car up. And the car started. And at that point, I was like, damn, how does this car start without the key, without the key fob? I'm just trying to figure out, this doesn't make any sense. Long story short, the it doesn't have a mobilizer. The car didn't have a mobilizer. I had a blank key that all I had to do was reprogram the remote. And when I figured that out, it took less than a minute to program the remote to work for the car. And then I just attached her little key blade to the key fob and went about my business because I have like a manual cutting machine. I'll get that in the video. And I'm like, why? And I said, Chat GPT, I was like, yo, why didn't you tell me this fucking car didn't have like, why did you make me go through all this shit? Why didn't you tell me the car didn't have a mobilizer? And his response or her response was, oh yeah, my bad. You're bad. What you talking about? I spent 8 hours out here removing the body control module and doing all this shit, and all you got to do was, yeah, you're bad. You try to do better next time. So I do use Chat GPT, but I'm telling you that you always have to question. You have to use your skills, your background skills, to question if it's taking you in the right direction, because you just can't rely on that shit. That shit, you be out in outer space being like, hey AI, take me to the star, and that motherfucker will drive you into an event horizon and be like, oh yeah, my bad. I think we're in an event. What you mean we're in an event horizon? We can't get out this motherfucker? No, my bad. I'll try to do better. There's not going to be no next time, bro. Like, so, it's great and it will help speed up your work. But then again, you have to use your expertise in fixing cars, and you have to ensure that what it's telling you to do, the test plans that it's telling you to do, makes sense. So yeah, it's good. So I do use it, but just give you a little background information. When you use it, you just gotta make sure that whatever it's telling you to do, it makes sense technically. But yeah, so let's go ahead. We're gonna go to the auto parts store. We're gonna pick up the coolant and the thermostat housing, pick up some more paper towels, and try to get this done, guys. I did have that. I may get it. I'm not sure, but I did have that little bleeder thing where you could remove all the air from your car. you know, that little vacuum thing. It didn't work from Harbor Freights. Maybe I was using it wrong, but you're supposed to be able to attach it there, remove all the air from the system, and then it should um, put the coolant back. And that's good because that means I wouldn't have to bleed the system. I could get all the coolant into the system. You could do a quick pressure test without having to put everything back together again. So, and starting the car and running it and going through the bleeder and then find out we have a leak and having to remove shit again. So we may stop by Harbor Freights to maybe check out that machine one more time. Maybe I was using it wrong. See if we can get that to work, and that may speed up our process, just in case there's a secondary coolant. But yeah, let's get to it. We'll return this oil to why we're heading to the auto parts store.